Hi there, my name is Elena and I'm a Pilates instructor. I'm in my studio right now and finally I can record some videos what you can actually look at me and experience true Pilates. And currently I'm pregnant. I'm just entered my second trimester. And I feel great. I exercise all the time. I also exercise when I prepare to see my clients. So I do a lot of machines. I do reformer, I do chair, I do mat, I do everything. So I feel quite blessed actually because I do the work which I love. And I'm always creative, I'm always inspired, and I'm always looking for new things. So now, since I got pregnant, I thought, why don't I do some videos where I can share with you guys my knowledge how to exercise when you're pregnant. Because when I was pregnant with my first child, I kind of, I got pregnant, I did Pilates for 3 months, and I'm like, that's it, no more exercise. Because I was scared, I wasn't sure what exactly I can do. And yeah, and I was like, no, that's it, no more Pilates, no more exercise. So the only thing I did with my last pregnancy, I was hiking. I love hiking, so I hiked through the winter, I was always walking. I was very active, but not, I didn't do much Pilates. I kind of stopped doing it. So today I want to tell you what exactly I'm doing. So I just finished my 13th week, so I just entered my 14th week of pregnancy. So the only restrictions I noticed right now, I stopped lying down on my stomach because it's got a little bit bigger. I could show you just a little bit. So, and I'm so hungry and I didn't drink anything. So it looks even bigger in the evening. So it's quite petite. So, and also, so I don't lie down on my stomach. Pilates has a lot of exercises where you actually lie down on your stomach because we do a lot of extension exercises. So this is I stopped doing, and the only other exercises I don't do is I don't lift my, like with this machine for example, you can lift your legs right to the ceiling and your head is right almost on the floor. So I feel a little bit awkward, being like hang upside down. Just, I don't know, I don't feel good, so I stopped doing these exercises as well. And beside that, everything else I do, and I also do a lot of abdominal work. Because it's very important to keep your abdominals strong. Because again, I didn't know, I didn't do enough research before, and I thought once you're pregnant, you shouldn't really tighten your abdominals, you shouldn't really strengthen your abdominals, you should like just be very careful with your abdominals. That's how I felt. So now I'm like, I did a lot of research about it, and actually strengthening your abdominals is very important, and especially very important to strengthen your pelvic floor. So this is what I'm going to talk about today, is about the breathing, how we breathe during Pilates, and how we're going to strengthen our pelvic floor and our abdominals while we can. And this video is not only designed for a woman who is pregnant, it's actually very good for any woman, because as I said, the only restrictions, limitations I have, I stop lying down on my stomach and I don't hang myself upside down. I just don't feel good, right? But everything else, I feel great. So let's start with the pelvic floor connection. So some people, when I tell my new clients, well, what is the pelvic floor? And I tell them, connect to your pelvic floor, and they're like looking big eyes and they're like, what is the pelvic floor, where is it? So for women who usually had pregnancy before and gave birth, we know, because our doctor always say do the Kegel exercise. So pelvic floor, it's very similar to the Kegel exercise. So when we really have to contract the vagina and hold it. For the Kegel exercise, you have to hold for like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. We don't do that. It's not as strong as the Kegel exercise, the contraction of the pelvic floor. I would say 2/3 of the Kegel exercise, not a strong contraction, okay? So, and also for some people what I say is when you have to go to the washroom and there's no washroom around, you have to use your pelvic floor. You gotta contract your pelvic floor so you not urinate, before you reach the bathroom, right? So this is again your pelvic floor muscle. And so this is, I think, the best what I can give you. What's the pelvic floor? So let's connect to the pelvic floor. I want you to cross your legs and bring your fingers right to your lower abdominal, and you can hinge slightly forward. So we're gonna inhale through the nose and exhale exhale, you want to blow the air out and contract your pelvic floor. Also, before we go any further, I just want to specify about the inhale. So you want to inhale in the lower lobes of the rib cage, okay? You don't want to inhale into your shoulders. Many times people start exercising and inhale into the shoulders and lifting the shoulders. Keep your shoulders relaxed, keep your shoulders down. Inhale, try to expand the rib cage like an accordion. And exhale, blow the air out. And you blow the air out, you feel like you have a lot of candles on the cake, you want to blow all the candles at the same time. Very powerful exhale, not like I have to hear. This is how you connect. Otherwise, guys, it's hard to connect, okay? Especially in the beginning, please don't be afraid to blow the air out, okay? So, inhale, expand the rib cage. Exhale, and contract your pelvic floor. So what happens on your exhale, this forced exhalation helps you to connect with your pelvic floor and helps you to really contract the pelvic floor. And right away you go in your the deepest layer of the abdominal, which runs from the your hips to the ribs, and it hugs you all the way like a corset. So we start training our transverse abdominals to be active, to be alive, and this is the first layer you want to strengthen. When you're pregnant, when you're not pregnant. Sometimes people come to me, we have lower back problem. Why? Because we never connected with the transverse abdominals. So let's just do one more time. So inhale, exhale, and again, inhale, and exhale. What you're gonna start noticing also, once you start doing it correctly, your fingers gonna start sink into your lower abdominals, and this means you start connecting with your pelvic floor and your transverses. Okay, so this is the breathing. It's just one exercise we're gonna do for the breathing, and I think I gotta stop my video. I don't want to make it too long, you know. So we're gonna lengthen up through the spine. Inhale, exhale, nod the chin, and flex over the legs. Inhale, expand the rib cage, and exhale, we're gonna build up the spine. And just one more time. Inhale, make sure not elevating your shoulders. Exhale, blow the air out, contract the pelvic floor. Inhale, and exhale, reach up. And that's it. Okay guys, so thank you for watching my video. This is the first video just talking about a little bit about me and about pelvic floor and the breathing. Okay, so I hope to see you soon. I'm going to talk more about other way you can connect with your abdominals, and finally I will start showing some exercises, because we can't just talk. We're not going to tone up if we're just going to talk, right? So thank you for your time and have a great day. Bye!